Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today a video about Rememento White Shadow, a game that actually I was thinking about playing it just for a little bit and then ditch it as soon as Ethereum Restart would come out. But I am actually considering playing this game for a long time, hoping that it can stay functional and there is no closing of it due to there is a lot of misconceptions about this game, and I was not planning on making any content right now because one, I never played this game in the Korean version of it, and two, um, I'm still learning about the game. So I decided to make this video mostly because I have been, watching a couple of streams, watching a couple of YouTube videos, and I noticed that the impression that people have generally about this game is very negative. Like I'm not really sure what's the reason for it. Many people are saying that Korean people hate this game, that this game is not really doing any good in Korea. Um, I am not really sure about that or if that is actually true. But what I can say is that for these couple of days that I have been playing the game, I have been having a lot of fun. Like a lot of fun. And I just want to make sure that I can provide you guys my first impression of the game. What are those things that I consider make this game good and different from whatever is currently in the market for these same type of games? I'm going to start with the bad things because there are definitely bad things in this game, and it's definitely important that you guys are aware of it. One of the first things that I noticed for this game that is pretty bad is the monetization of the game. If you go to the store, you have the regular normal things like for example the daily pass that will give you some stones, right? And that would also give you a couple other benefits, right? So just the regular things, a battle pass as well. But then you have a lot of different packages, are quite a little bit expensive. You even can buy characters directly, right? Like weapons and characters directly. You don't even have to roll for them. It's limited to only the characters that are either fire, water, or nature. Um, but still, is available, right? Bunch of skins, which I don't have a problem with it. I mean, they can add as many skins as they want. And I even think that the best way that they could have gone with this game in regards to monetization is making a bunch of really good looking skins and do some like animation changes on the attacks and things like that, and just sell those things for higher price, right? Have like a low version of skins that people can afford, and then have like a premium version of skins that will give people like some other things that they can see while they are playing the game, especially because this game actually have PvP, right? So people will be able to see and you will be able to flex on others if you have skins that are good looking. That's, in my opinion, the way in which they should have gone when it comes to monetizing the game. Because what you can see here is that wishes or like pools or whatever you want to call them are 160, which is the same for like Genshin, the same for like Honkai Star Rail, same for like Wuthering Waves. And let's be honest, this game is not in the same, like, it's not definitely not as good graphically speaking as Genshin, for example, or Honkai Star Rail, or Wuthering Waves, which have way better graphics overall, right? So they had a way higher budget, and this game, to be honest, is also like not receiving a lot of what is this called, promotion or anything like that. So they are being very silent with the game. You even have then the pricing for gems or crystals or whatever. I think that they are called glowing memories in this game, and then this one is Dawnstones, right? So the free to play option is Dawnstones, and then the pay to win option is glowing memory, right? We can fairly say pay to win in this game because this game does indeed have PvP. So definitely putting money into the game will give you an advantage over others. But I'm pretty sure that this is a type of game where if you continue to play normally, you will for sure be able to catch up and compete without any problems. For sure, you're going to be encountering a couple of issues with some people having way more units than you, but it's definitely doable. So then again, my main concern with the game is that it's too expensive for pools, way too expensive for pools, especially for a game that has PvP. I think that each pool should not be more than like 80, 90, or like 100. That should be the maximum, 100. I think 80 would be actually be better for a pricing for pools in this game, and I think that it should be enough. Again, all they have to do is just, the battle pass in this game is crazy value, so I guess you don't really have to worry about the battle pass because people will buy it. Like, obviously monthly packages are crazy value as well, um but pools is just awful. I think that skins, like expensive skins that they could have added to the game, would have made them a lot of money, and that should have covered like the amount of money that they would lose, right, for like having a lower price for pool. Then when it comes to open world graphics, the open world is not bad. I'm not going to say that it's super awful. It does look okay, but it feels a little bit choppy. It feels a little bit like, I don't know, like washed out. Like um, it's lacking in, I think, shadows, like something that make it look better. But again, it's not super bad. There are some areas that I like a lot. Like, for example, one of the main areas when you just start the game, you're going to be getting to this particular area where you can unlock this thing that will unlock the map for you as well. And let's see, loads. I really like this area here. And right now it's nighttime. So let's go ahead and make it daytime so you guys can see it during the day. Here it is. It for sure looks beautiful. I do like it a lot. Right? It's very simple, but I like this area. So in any case, something else that I dislike is that there are some minor bugs in the game. Like, you probably will not be able to see it, but sometimes you will be seeing your mouse will be in the screen, and it will be like blinking there, and it's awful to see. There is some clipping. There is some times that you teleport to some areas and you are completely stuck, and you just have to teleport out and then just go inside the area, manually walking. Sometimes you finish a battle and the game just shuts down, and you have to reopen the game again. You don't lose your rewards though. There's some times that an NPC should have loaded for like a mission or something, and it is never there. So you have to log out, log back in, and you will be able to see it. So yes, there are definitely bugs in the game, which is understandable, right? Because again, this is not a high-end budget game. But I have to mention it, right? The autoplay function of this particular game is pretty bad. Like, this is not the type of game where you actually want to go and have your characters do the battles in autoplay. But in my opinion, that is something that is done intentionally. So even though it is bad, I think that it is done on purpose because this game is played completely different. I'm not going to be covering that now because I think that that's one of the positive feedbacks that I want to provide. So let's just leave it there. Definitely, if you're thinking about auto playing, unless your characters are like super omega strong, they are definitely going to mess up, and you'll probably not be able to clear something that if you manually, you will for sure be able to win. Other thing that I consider to be bad is that this game has the very same content in gameplay loop as any of the other games like Genshin, Wuthering Waves, Honkai Star Rail, ZZZ. It's the same thing. You have an abyss, you have a stamina that would run out super quickly. You have all these different things every day that would for sure make it so that once you are done with everything, once you have explored the map, once you have done whatever you need to do in the story and all of that, it is pretty much just log in, do like 15-20 minutes of content, probably if you have to optimize something with some character or upgrade some gear, right? But it's pretty much all the same, which I consider to be pretty bad. The good thing about the game is that there is PvP. There is actually an arena in the game where you can go and do as many battles as you want. There is no limit for it. So if you want to continue playing the game, you have that option. And real-time PvP is coming soon as well. It has been announced. How soon? I don't know. Then there is another issue is the translations. There are some translations that are definitely pretty bad. There is one character, like this particular character. Her name is Ferency, and it's pretty funny because in Spanish, when you put the game in Spanish, they change her name, and instead of an F, is a P, and then it sounds like bitch. So I don't know why they did that, but I mean, it's pretty funny, right? But that gives you like some information about how bad the translation and the localization is in the game. Some stats are also not very clearly explained. To this day, I don't know what it means to incapacitate an enemy in the game. To this day, I don't know what effectiveness is. Probably it's me just being dumb, but I have been reading pretty much everything. I have been trying to ask people for it, and I don't think that I have been able to get a clear answer about what those stats are. Not everything is like that, right? But it's definitely a downside there that I have to say. Now, let's go with everything that I consider to be positive about this game. The character designs are great. I have to say that the character designs are pretty nice. You can see here that they also adopted this like animation swap whenever you are checking any of the different things for the character. I think this is something that they do a lot in ZZZ, Endless Zone Zero. So you can see here all of the characters, right? There is definitely way more feminine characters than male characters. And I'm pretty sure that that's going to continue being the same because this is a Korean game. Korean games were also, of course, if you are the kind of person that likes to have these, characters with like not much clothing and things like that, you would definitely be happy with this game because it's a Korean game, so you probably will be expecting bikini skins and things like that. But I think that they are also aiming a little bit into the Chinese market, so probably that's the reason why the designs are good, but they are not overly sexualized, which is at least something good, right? But again, many of the designs are actually pretty good. I do like them a lot, and I think that even the MC, I mean, it's just a regular basic MC for pretty much every gacha game right now. But I think that these characters are definitely looking good. So design wise for characters, definitely positive for this game. Now, for something else is the initial pulls that you can make in the game is actually not bad. Like, as I've been able to do 141 pulls in the promotional banner, so I have only been using my gems, damstone, whatever is the name, only to pull for this banner. And I pulled once here for the weapon, and I got the weapon. And I have done 229 for the permanent banner, which means that I can guarantee one character, whichever of the characters that I have not gotten so far, I can guarantee getting them, right? And adding them to my roster. So definitely the initial amount of pulls that we get is really good. And this is not even all, because still we are missing 20 more free pulls and a free SSR or 5-star character that they have yet to give me at day 7. And there is also this one here that will give me 5 more here, 5 more here, and then 5 more here, 5 more here, right? So it's pretty much 10 plus another 10 here, plus another 5 there, plus another 10 here for the promotional. And you can also pull this lever every day, and most of the times you're going to be getting bullshit. But I mean, it is what it is, right? Well, we are also getting more for the promotional banner, 5 pulls here, and another random 5-star character. Like, it can be any of the 5-star characters in the game that you can get. So we're getting 2 random 5-star characters, and you also get a promotional beginners banner where you have like the selection for 4 different characters, and 2 of them are really, really good, and you can get them within 50 pulls. So that's really good. For the gacha system, I'm not so sure about if I have to put this into a negative or a positive. For the gacha system, there is no pity. What you do is that if you are you're pulling in this banner and you do 120 pulls, you're guaranteed to have the character. All you have to do is just exchange it here for 120 of these coins that they carry over. So these coins are not going to be deleted. Once the new version comes out and the new character comes out, I can use these coins to buy the character directly, right? So that's another thing that we have available there. And also the same for the promotional, for the permanent banner. But in the permanent banner, you need 200, right? You can also buy directly a weapon, right? They are called Remementos in this game. You can buy one directly from here as well, which is also really, really good that we have this option available. Aside from all of that, um, let's go with the equipment system. I think the equipment system is one of the really positive things about this game. The sets are not that complicated. You have three pieces that would have a fixed stat, and you have three pieces that would have random stats on them when you are killing monsters, right? But there is no bullshit. I got a red is the it's the maximum level that you can get, right? There is no bullshit. I got a red piece that only have two stats, or a red piece that only have three stats. A red piece would always come with four stats, and as you can see, the rolls go pretty high. If you roll well, you can definitely get a lot of different stats in this bar here. Every three levels, you get a roll for the stats of the equipment. Even the gold gear, sometimes it would roll for an additional stat, but sometimes it would just roll only for the stats that it came out with. Like for example, this one or this one, they continue to they kept the stats that were there and didn't roll a new one. But some pieces would roll a new stat. Like I think I have one here. This one roll a new stat, right? So it may happen. Also, something else that is really important when it comes to equipment and that is going to make building characters in this game way easier is like, for example, headpiece is always these what is this called? Flat attack. Gloves are always flat HP. Boots are always flat defense. And then when it comes to this particular piece, which is the cloak would have either any of the three basic stats, which is percentage attack, percentage defense, or percentage HP, and you have the option as well to get either crit rate or crit damage. Right? Those are only five options. There is no bullshit flat attack, flat defense, flat HP. That doesn't exist for like the main roles in these particular stats. There is definitely flat attack when it comes to the substats. That's definitely staying there, right? But at least for these ones, they are always rolling a good stat for the main one, right? Um, and as I said before already, when it comes to like rolling, right, they always come with the specific amount of stats. Like for example, a red piece would always come with four stats. It would never be different than that. And the amount of sets is definitely not different. When it comes to this other piece, which is another one that will roll different stats, the chess piece always have like any of the three main stats: attack, defense, and HP percentage. And you have the option to also roll a speed, right? So it's only four options available for this particular piece. And for the legs, you have the same three stats again: attack, HP, and defense percentage. And you have two more options, which is effect resistance, and the other one is effect hit rate, which is pretty much precision or accuracy and resistance for debuffs, right? That's pretty much it. So again, there is not a lot of variation, which make it so that building characters is actually pretty easy. When it comes to set bonuses, like for example, you see that this one, when you have two pieces, give me plus 12 crit rate. If I were to equip 6 pieces of this set, then I would get this 2-piece set bonus 3 times. That's how it works in this game, right? Right now, I'm using a set that will give me crit damage, and then 2-piece set that give me crit rate, right? There are not that many sets as well. There is only attack percentage, crit rate, crit damage, speed, HP, defense, and effect hit and effect resistance. So it's eight different types of sets that you can get in the game. And I think they are going to be adding new ones now. I'm pretty sure that they are going to be adding sets like, for example, sets with immunity, or sets with like that would allow you to counter attack the enemy, or sets that would allow you to have like an extra turn, or to do like stuns, things like that. I'm pretty sure that that's definitely coming to the game because they are planning to add real time arena to this game. All battles in these games are 4 characters. So there is even the boss battles are always 4 characters. So there is no 5 characters teams for any content. When it comes to continuing with the equipment, we have something additional in this game, which is that we have a blacksmith in the game that would allow you to craft gear. you can actually craft gear in this game the same as it happens in, like, for example, Honkai Star Rail. You can get these. This is something that you can get for free in an event. There's no other way than getting this than just completing that event for free, and it resets every certain amount of time. I think it's like every month or every week. I'm not so sure. But it's like a road like map where you go and you get some buff when you destroy some monsters and things like that. And then you can craft gear here. And not only that, but you have this option here so that you can craft a piece of gear with the specific stat that you want. So if you want a crit rate piece, you can go ahead and craft it with this. And not only that, you also have this one, the reroll seal, that would allow you to, if you got a piece that have the main stat that you want, and that also has 4 substats that are really, really good. You want all of those 4 substats, but then somehow it just roll all attack, let's say, right? And then that's not what you wanted. You probably wanted for it to roll a little bit of a speed and then crit rate and crit damage. Then you can use these to re-roll again the stats. So you will keep the stats and will be able to re-roll the stats. So building characters is made easier in this game due to these particular mechanics added to the game. The battle pass will give you some of these ones when you have the premium version of the battle pass, and you can get them as well by just completing the event and getting these particular crystals here that you can get when you are just doing the event every week or every month. Or I'm not sure about how often it is. It's this one here. It says that it restarts in 3 days, so this should be something that you can do every week then. So every week you are able to get 200 of these and 12 of these. And remember that for crafting the things that would allow you to craft a specific piece of gear, you need 3. So you will be able to make, how many would that be? 4. So you can make 4, and probably you can also craft 4 pieces of gears every week. That's really, really good. So that's going to be equipment system, crafting system. The combat system in the game is also different for turn-based game, where most of the times people would just go ahead and just do auto battle every time. This game is different. Like, if, for example, if I wanted to go and battle, like, let's say that I want to go and battle this, right? So let's see. So battles are not hard, and they are also not long. So if I wanted to battle these and I wanted to do like 6 battles, I don't have to wait until automatically it does like 1 battle, then 2nd battle, then 3rd battle. No, just go in. The monsters have the same normal HP that they have if you're doing a single run or if you're doing 6 runs. And then when you're done, you get the rewards for all 6 runs that you set up here. So the whole idea is that you should actually play the game manually. There are some characters where you actually want them to play in a specific way. Like, for example, if I were to use this support, I would always want this support to use her 2nd ability, right? And I want her to use the 2nd ability on herself. I don't want her to use it on other characters. I only want to use it in other characters in some particular situations, right? And I would be the one managing when I want her to buff and when I don't want her to buff. So definitely playing manually in the game is really, really important. There are other characters, like, for example, Theodore, which, like, he has some other skills that are really good. The ultimate is really good, but you only want him to do dominance, because dominance is the one that is going to constantly taunt the enemy, and then it shoots down the bosses, like most of the bosses. Like, there are some bosses that they do a lot of AoE damage, it doesn't matter. But there are some bosses that they have different abilities, and their basic attack is just a single attack to 1 unit. So you can force the boss to only attack Theodore, for example, and that shoots down the bots completely. So yeah, the combat system is different, and it would take a little bit of time for you to get used to how it works, right? You can see here, I'm going to just do a quick battle with these monsters. I think I don't have any equipment on my DPS, but whatever. So this is auto, so this character is going first for some reason. I don't even know why. Why is she going first? Oh, because this one doesn't have any here. So pretty much what you can see here is that you can activate the skills just by using the amount of MP. So depending on the amount of MP that you select, your character is going to use more or a different skill, right? You can also activate it here so that you can see specifically which skill your character is going to use. And for example, you can see here for ultimates is 3 points. For the other abilities is 2 and 1, right? Depending on what you want. In this case, I'm only going to be using a basic attack. Something else is that enemies, you can break enemies guard. As you can see here, if you're attacking any of these enemies with the enemy with the element that is contrary to them and that has an advantage over them, then they are broken, and when they are vulnerable, they take additional damage. How much? I don't know. But they take additional damage, and they lose a turn as well because they are stunned for that particular turn. But again, the animations are good. The game definitely looks solid. Like for example, this is a character where you don't want her to use. Once she uses her ultimate, you always want her to use her second skill. I cannot use it now because I only have 1 point. But that's how it normally would work for this particular character. Like for example, here again, I want her to use this skill on herself so that she can cycle and give me more points to use skills as well. And yeah, pretty much this is it. When it comes to battle, I don't want to go so hard into this. Then the next thing that is really important that you guys know is that there is real-time arena coming to the game. So what it means is that you're going to be able to have like real-time PvP with another player. That is still coming. According to the devs, it's going to be coming soon. How soon? I have no idea. But they said that it's definitely coming. And other thing that I want to say is in regards to like characters. Like characters definitely need dupes, and dupes would make your character way stronger. Like it's not super crazy stronger, and you only need 3 dupes for your character, so it's not 5 dupes or 6 dupes. It's only 3, which is actually a definitely I would count that as a positive. Let's see if I finish this so I can show you. Okay, so battle done. So here is the characters, for example, and you can come here and you have 1, 2, 3. Sorry, my bad. It's not 3 dupes. You would need a dupe for pretty much every ability that you have, which is a basic attack, 2 active skills, and an ultimate skill. So it's 4 dupes, and then the last dupe is just the stats. But most of the times, you don't really need to have all dupes on your character for it to be good. Most of the time, you either need 1 or 2 abilities only, and then the other ones would not matter because during a battle, you would not even use those skills. So it doesn't make any sense for you to even level those up, right? So if you get more dupes, great, because you're getting a little bit more of stats at the end of the day, but it's not completely necessary. And when it comes to dupes, you do have access to free dupes as a free-to-play. You complete the battle pass, the free one. You can see here that you're going to get free materials to craft, right? And you also get the milestone points, which you can use here. You would get 200 exactly that you can use to buy a dupe. It's an universal dupe that you can use in any of the characters that you have. So you even have free dupes that you can buy. And not only that, but every time that you summon a 5-star, you're going to get this one here, which is a Radiant Path. You will get 5 of those, and then you can use 50 of those to buy a dupe for whichever character you want to buy. You can do the same for 4-stars as well, since you also get 5 every time that you summon a 4-star. So even max, giving all dupes to your 4-stars is not impossible as well. It's completely doable. So again, this is definitely a positive, even though the game has PvP and is definitely, pay to win. Free-to-play people still have a chance to compete, still have a way to get free dupes for their characters to make the characters stronger or usable, right? And then when it comes to the last thing that I want to say for the positive, I'm not sure if this is a positive or if it is a negative. I think it all depends on how you see things, right? But you are going to be getting the same amount of free pulls that you get in Honkai Star Rail or Wuthering Waves or Genshin Impact, right? At the end of the month or at the end of the patch, you're going to get the same amount. So pretty much you are going to be able to guarantee a character every patch and a half or something like that, right? Remember that you need 120 pulls so that you can guarantee the character that is in the shop. The good thing is that if you get the character early, you can just save the points there. And when it comes to a situation in which there is a new character and you are not able to get it, then you will be able to roll for it. Just buy it directly with the points that you have saved up there. In any case, guys, this video is a little bit longer than what I was expecting. Um, but I just want to say thank you so much for being here. If you are definitely going to be trying Rememento White Shadow, I would recommend that you do so. The game is really good. It is indeed really good. I have been having a lot of fun with the game, and I think that this game can actually be really good. And once they add the real-time arena, it's going to be even better because it's not going to be your average gacha where you only play for 10 to 15 minutes a day, but you will actually have something to do with your characters. So the main reason why I stopped playing Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, Sunless Zone Zero, Honkai Star Rail is because what's the point of building characters? You're not doing anything with them. You're just clearing the same PvE content that you already know that you can clear. So there is not even a point for you to continue to optimize or do anything like that. While in this game, at least you have the option to use um, like you have gotten your characters that you have been improving, that favorite character that you have that you really want to shine, you would actually be able to use it for PvP. And that's something that, in my opinion, is great already. Even though the current PvP in the game is just a regular arena where you are going to be fighting just the bot or the defense that someone else set up, still, it is at least something that you cannot do in Genshin or in any of the other gachas. Thank you so much for being here, guys, and see you in the next one. Peace.